Hello. I have tried to make a similar video, but the amount of buts, and pauses in my video was so annoying to edit that I just decided to make a whole new one. Also, this is my first official video because I've decided to stop making edits because I'm really bad at it, and I also don't believe in the terms and conditions that CapCut has made because, like, why are you stealing people's content for no reason? So, just to start, here are my thoughts and opinions on Season 1 Arcane and my predictions for Season 2. Silco and Jinx. Also, this is a bit of a side rant, and I'm going to have a lot of these during the video, but oh my days, before I watched Arcane for the first time, I genuinely thought that Silco and Jinx were dating or something. I thought it was some weird relationship between some troubled young adult and some older guy. I don't know what I was thinking back then. Actually, I do know what I was thinking back then because I'd never watched it before, and I was only seeing edits of specifically just these two, so I didn't really understand. But yeah, that was a weird period of time when I was thinking that, I cannot lie. Okay, back to the topic. I personally believe that the only reason that Silco kept Jinx alive in the first place was because he was reminded of his relationship with Vanda and how he felt betrayed by him.
She left me. She is not my sister anymore.
Because in the Undercity, the most important thing at their time period was loyalty, and obviously Silco and Vanda were trying to build the nation of Zon together, and then obviously Vanda tried to drown him, so I get where he's coming from. So instead of killing her, at first he uses her to get to Vi. However, by the end of Season 1, I feel like he genuinely thinks of her as his daughter, because when Jinx shoots him in the final scene of the last episode in Season 1, he doesn't blame her and instead says that don't cry, you're perfect, which shows his fatherly love towards her, and he doesn't blame her for basically killing him. Also, I personally believe that Silco isn't a villain and more of an anti-hero, because depending on what perspective you look at, you could argue and say that Silco was trying to make the Undercity its own entity and gain more respect from topside, even though some of his methods were very questionable and downright evil. Okay, next is Vi and Caitlyn. So this is a hot take, but in the beginning, specifically in the beginning, I think that Vi and Kate's relationship, I'm just going to call her Kate by the way, Vi and Kate's relationship stems from the fact that Kate saved Vi from prison and allowed her to be able to find Jinx in the Undercity. Because I came to this conclusion because essentially in one of the scenes, Vi hears Vanda's voice while Kate is talking to her. So I think that Vi has associated Kate with being her saviour, just like Jinx did with Silco.
I shouldn't have left you. It's all right. Despite it all, I can tell. You have a good heart.
You've got a good heart.
However, by the end of Season 1, I think that Vi and Kate have somewhat established a romantic relationship with each other, but this doesn't mean that they'll actually be together in Season 2. Prediction time! Yes, I know, my analysis and thoughts and opinions on Season 1 is not very long because I realised that if I start talking about Season 1, I would just immediately start going on with predictions. So now this is just solid predictions and nothing to do with Season 1. Okay, first of all, I think that Jinx is going to become a new symbol and leader for the Undercity, and obviously there's going to be a war because she attacked the Council, but I think that Silka? How do you even pronounce this girl's name? Wait.
Sevika.
Okay, apparently it's Sevica. I don't think that's her name, and I don't really care because she's an irrelevant character. But I don't think that Sevica is going to help Jinx, because Jinx was literally the reason she only has one arm, and her behavior has gone unchecked by Silco, which makes Sevica hate her even more. Also, this is a bit of a side note, but tell me why Sevica is still alive, even though she's been taking L's literally the whole entire time of season 1, because literally every single fight she has with either Jinx or Vi, she loses. Like, honestly, you must literally hate the sisters. Like, genuinely hate them. Because, like, why have they always kept on beating her up? Plus, as a character in Arcane, she's like super annoying, and I hope she dies in season 2, respectively. Okay, not in real life, guys. Do not take down my video, please. But honestly, I hope she dies in season 2 because I'm over her. I just can't take her personality anymore. Okay, now for Jinx and Ekko. Well, should I say Powder for this one, because unfortunately I have seen spoilers of season 2 because I'm literally addicted to edits. But I do know that Ekko does go into an alternative universe where Jinx is Powder and Vi is dead. But I think that the reason he's able to go into this alternate universe is because his arcane power is to shift alternate realities, and then he can use the information from the different reality to influence his actions in his current reality that he's in. Also, from the few edits I've seen, like, honestly, I wish they were together, because, like, honestly, I was shipping them in season 1. I was really shipping them, and they're not together, unfortunately, so really, really sad. Ekko and the Lorax looking dude, and yes, I am calling him Lorax looking dude because his surname or his name, I don't even know what it is. It's in German, and I'm not even going to attempt that name, alright? I'm not even going to bother. But basically, what I think they're going to do is that they're most likely going to work together to fix the Undercity after the war has ended between Topside and the Undercity. And then they're going to make the Undercity more habitable. And because Lorax is in the Undercity, I think that Topside is going to agree to make the Undercity into its own nation, so they can be peaceful and like cohabitate together. Vi and Caitlyn. So unfortunately for this one, I have also seen spoilers, and I don't really think they're going to be together. I cannot lie. I don't know who the ginger is, but she seems to have a heavy influence on Kate, which causes her to not help Vi and causes Vi to go crazy and dye her hair black. She looks good though. I cannot lie. But obviously, knowing these stories, are obviously somehow gonna make up in the end and get back together. So, oh well. Next up is Jace, Mal, and Victor. And a bit of a side rant again. Mal is a black queen, okay? Black queen, and she's really beautiful. But Jace, really? You have to fall in love with that schmuck? Okay. I mean, to each their own. I have nothing against Jace, but Jace and Mal was a shocking one when I first watched season 1 the first time around. Back to the predictions. I think that Mal is either going to die or be severely injured, which causes her mother to start a war with the Undercity, because it's implied that Mal is her only child left. And obviously, due to plot armor, Jace is going to survive, and he's going to create weapons out of hex tech crystals to use in the war. But I think that only a select amount of people would be able to harness the power of the crystals, because they need to have arcane powers to use them. Also, I think that Victor is also going to survive because of the hex core, which is going to forcefully keep him alive so that it can continue to live on. Also, another thing that is, like, I don't even know, a prediction or not, I don't even know. But I think that the hex core is going to become like its own entity, because honestly, rest in peace to Kim, but I think it uses like humans' life force, except Victor's, to survive. And the only way for the hex cube to survive is if Victor keeps on living on. That's why I think that he himself cannot destroy it, as it is an extension of his life and his being. Finally, for the sisters. I think that Vi and Jinx are going to have a standoff during the final climax of the war. And obviously, it's not going to be obvious to the audience that Jinx survived, because in like maybe the final scene, it's going to be Vi punching Jinx. But then like in the proper ending scene in the last episode, like near the very end, like before the credits, it's going to show Jinx looking through like a microscope or something, looking at Vi, and maybe she's gonna have like a new friend with her because Vi decided not to kill her because obviously she's her sister. Goodness, this video is probably gonna be a pain to edit, but thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye!